Okay, so in this video, we're going to be comparing simple interest to compound interest. So in the example that we're given, we're going to either borrow or deposit $500 at a 4% interest rate for a time of 8 years. So I've got our two formulas written out here. Our simple interest formula is I equals PRT, so interest is equal to the principal times the rate times the time. Compound interest formula is A equals P times the sum of 1 plus R to the T power. A can be kind of considered as your total. The P, the R, and the T are the same as before, the principal, rate, and time. So let's go ahead and mark these. This 500 is our principal. The 4% is our rate. We generally want our rate to be written as a decimal. So what we're going to do is take this 4 and divide it by 100. And we'll get 0.04. Our time is measured in years, so the 8 is going to be our T. Simple interest formula, all you do is substitute your values into the formula, hit enter, and you're done. So our interest is going to be equal to our principal of 500 times our rate of 0.04, or 4%, times our time of 8 years. And then we can just type this into our calculator. So 500 times 0.04 times 8, and we get an interest of $160. So that's the amount of money that was earned while your money was just sitting in the bank, or it's the amount of interest that you're going to have to pay extra for borrowing money from the bank. If you want to know your total that's in the bank, or the total amount that you pay back with simple interest, you just take your principal and add it to your interest. So we'd have our 500 plus our 160 for a total of $660. Compound interest formula is a little bit more complex, but with our calculator it's still pretty easy to do. So A, again, can be kind of considered our total at the end of our loan. So A equals principal, still $500, that's what we started with. And then in parentheses, we're going to have 1 plus our rate of 4%, or 0.04, and then to an exponent of our T, time, and in this case it's 8 years. So again, our calculator will take care of this all in one step. So we just make our screen look like our formula. So we'll have 500 times 1 plus 0.04, close our parentheses. Remember, we can get our exponent up there by hitting this caret button here. An exponent of 8. Just double check to make sure it looks like we want it to. Hit enter, and we get a total of $684.28. So in this case, the one big difference is that this formula gives us our total. The simple interest formula gives us our interest. If we wanted to go back with our compound interest formula and figure out what the interest was, so our interest, it's kind of backwards from simple, we would take our total and subtract the principal that we started with. So in this case, our interest would be $684.28 minus 500, which I think gives us an interest of $184.28. And you can see with the compound interest, anything that you borrow or deposit for more than 1 year, your compound is going to have a higher total and a higher interest than your simple.